Welcome back to some more Alpha Centauri Alien Crossfire with me, Daniel, as Dan has fun, playing as Domai of the Free Drones, competing against all the regular Alpha Centauri factions. Hope you've been having a great time watching the series. I'm having fun playing it. The early game I do think is by far and away the best part of this game. We'll get into it as we go for a while. Maybe I have some issues with that later on, but for now, we'll just be happy and play the fun thing that we're playing. Moving around with our scout, we've got a lot of forest down, but a couple of colonies over in this part of the map are very lacking, so we're going to try and move some formers over here. And then probably some of this episode we're going to start expanding out towards the UNS Unity wreckage, because we don't want anybody to settle here before us. We're given a reasonable amount of land, considering the game can be very stingy. This map, not too bad. It was okay. It also helped it didn't put us right next to the hive or the believers. At least not by land. She's technically very close to us, but not in a place that matters early game anyway. So, we're going to start moving our colony pods in this direction. Then we'll manually control them after that. We do have Hercules, so Alpha Centauri B, creating more native life right now. So we do have to keep our eyes out for any issues that could potentially cause, but not too bad. I'm hoping we'll run into some colony pods. Oh, that's what I forgot to do last episode. We'll do it now because the Gaians proactively came up in conversation. Thanks for reminding me, Gaians. They probably won't hate us. At least not right now. They are magnanimous, which is excellent. They are in touch with Morgan. Do you want to pay them money to have him? No, I don't think he'll be doing well enough to care. I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Our first challenge is to create an entire economic infrastructure from top to bottom out of whole cloth. No gradual evolution from previous economic systems is possible because there is no previous economic system. Each interdependent piece must be materialized simultaneously and in perfect working order. Otherwise, the system will crash out before it ever gets off the ground. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
Is that our first quote from Scrooge McDuck in this play? Anyway, this is the quintessential Morgan tech, because you get access to the energy bank, which is just more money per base. Increased commerce from income, treaties, pacts, things like that. And the free market social engineering choice, which is kind of the anomaly when it comes to the benefits versus downsides rule. We'll talk about it in a second. I don't know what the difference is there, so no, we're not going to do that. Social engineering. Yeah. Almost everything in the politics, the economics, and the values section of social engineering is 2 positives in return for 1 negative. Free market is the exception to that rule. It gives +2 economy, which is astronomical. It means every tile you're working gives you 1 more energy than it did before. That's huge. It nearly triples our income for context. But there are some apocalyptic downsides. -5 police means 2 extra drones for each military unit away from your territory. -3 planet means, well, we're not working fungus, but it means it's going to be unusable. But it also means that you end up in a combat penalty with all of the native life of all kinds. This is really risky. We might have a situation in this game where we could play this, but I don't think it's what we do right now. It's really boring that we're still with all the generics, but I don't like democratic for us is not really going to move the needle. And for the amount of issues it's going to cause me with Miriam, I just don't see it as worth it. She's willing to share secrets of the human brain. It's really not worth anything, but they also don't want non-linear mathematics, so we're going to do the trade.
There are only 2 ways in which we can account for a necessary agreement of experience with the concepts of its objects. Either experience makes these concepts possible, or these concepts make experience possible. Immanuel Kant, Critique of Pure Reason, Data Links.
So really, the secrets of the human brain, like I said, it's really a tech to get a free tech. We're not going to get that free tech because we were probably like the last faction to research it, and we got it in the trade. Hypnotic trance is kind of useful. It's based on a formula, how much it costs, but it just gives you bonus against psi attacks. It also gives you another choice for social engineering. The fundamentalist choice. So this is the Miriam choice, and the way the AI works, I haven't really got into it. But the reason why the AI factions tend to hate each other so much is because each faction has a social engineering choice that they absolutely will pick under any circumstance. And anybody that picks a tech that is in the same row, like an engineering choice that's in the same row as them, but is not the one that they always go for, they will hate forever. So, for example, Miriam will always go fundamentalist. Always. Just for context, it gives 2 extra probe, 1 extra morale, but a penalty to research. For us, that would make our research rate comically terrible. We're not going to do that probably right now. It's not a terrible choice for us, for the record. But we're not going to do that right now. Compare that to Lal, who does the same thing but with democratic. So if I pick fundamentalist, Lal will hate me immediately. If I pick democratic, Miriam will hate me already. I mean, she already hates me. Well, that might be enough for her to declare war, for example. The Gaians, for context, their absolute go-to is the tech we can't get. We can't do social engineering for green economics. That's their social engineering pick. If we pick plan, for example, they will hate us. But we cannot satiate them unless we stick simple, in which case they still won't like us, but they don't get that penalty. Nobody gets a penalty for having any of these. But, again, we don't have really anything going on. There is something to be said for democratic and planned, because they both give a bonus to growth. So they give +2 each, so that's +4. Building a children's creche gives you +2 growth in that city. And if you get to +6 growth, you get something called a pop boom. So as long as your city can afford, in terms of food, to go up, and it doesn't hit a building limit, it will just gain a population every turn. Fantastic later on in the game. Right now, -2 efficiency and -2 support in conjunction, pretty bad, so we're not going to do that. She's telling us to give her non-linear mathematics. We're going to say, how about no? They now want to be friends. They are formidable. And we're going to be friends with them for now as well. Just for now, they're never going to stay friends with us, but for now, we're okay with that, because we don't technically know how the battle's going on between the other 4 factions. It could be on 4 separate islands for all we know. It'd be unlikely, given where they are, but I mean, it's distinctly possible. So, Steel Fount is done. What do you need next? I mean, you need to get your colony developed some more. Let's get some more formers out.
Superior training and superior weaponry have, when taken together, a geometric effect on overall military strength. Well-trained, well-equipped troops can stand up to many more times their lesser brethren than linear arithmetic would seem to indicate. Spartan Battle Manual.
So Workers' Paradise has a command center now. So it's going to be where we're building units. We also want to get Skunk Works when it's available too, but we can't build those yet. But we are going to definitely get at least 1 or 2 impact rovers, so we have some maneuverability around our own territory. But we're going to clearly need to get some naval units out this side of the map as well. Children's Creche is built in Spanner Works. You definitely need to get a former out there, please. We are short on formers currently. We need more than we have. That's fine. I still don't know why she's parked her copter here. I'm also not sure how she's parked her copter here. Because in theory, her copter should have run out of fuel and blown up. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know if that's bugged or what, but it's fine. We're building the Merchants Exchange over at Digger's Descent. It could have been tempting to build it at Labour Trust, because it'd probably get a little bit more energy. But I'm okay with this choice, it's fine. We are going to get some more farm solar roads. 2, 3. Trying to dodge the fungus. Still going to wait there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're in place. Do we see anything that we didn't see before? Nope, so we should be good to settle. The other place we could settle is 1 tile northeast. It would take that forest We might want to do that just so we have a contingency, and we might annoy Lal a little bit less. But let's do that.
Turn complete. Production complete.
Thank you for more formers. Do you need another naval unit out here? No, I'd rather have it on the other side. And you're paying extra for units, something fierce. So we do have, yeah, aqua farms if we want to get more food tile benefit, but this is all fungus that's unusable. So for us, that's not the play. I think what we want to do is just get another sea colony pod out, because we're not really utilizing our tiles currently. I think we just want some forest. You're still going to wait.
Complete.
Road at least under Craftsman Keep. We should get a forest down for you immediately, because you just have no improved tiles going on. It's awful. You're down. What can you build? So you're a 110 tile right now, so you're probably going to be a farm solar as well, because they're going to be a 211, which is pretty competitive. Are we okay with this city location, do we think? I think so. I think this is good. Seawork caverns. And you get a forest tile to start with. So that's good. It's going to take you a few turns to get your garrison, and then what we want to do is go for a sea former. Because here's the thing with naval cities, they tend to have amazing food and amazing energy production, but they tend to suffer horribly when it comes to minerals. You can get an improvement that helps with naval cities and minerals, but it's not that good.
Turn complete. Production complete.
There's a sea colony pod on the go. Okay, well that changes the plan just a smidge. Get a network node. Yeah, they're probably going to settle here, which will be annoying, but not disastrous, but it does mean we're going to have to get some Troy out of hammer and tongs, get a sea colony pod out. And you, building the virtual world, can you finish it yet? You can, just by skin of your teeth. Get a sea colony pod, and then an impact foil, please. I'll zoom out just a smidge. I'm tempted to build a road into Lal's territory. Might not do it yet, but I think that's eventually what we're going to do. What we should definitely do is come up there and terraform that slightly. Where are you planning on going? You need a forest. You can stay in place. You need a forest. Everybody gets a forest.
Turn complete.
That looks like it's pretty fertile over there. Oh, please blow it up. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So, that Isle of the Deep blew up their sea colony pod. That's so good. And we just built the virtual world, so let's go watch a cutscene and hope the game doesn't poop the bed. Here's hoping.
What do I care for your suffering? Pain, even agony, is no more than information before the senses. Data fed to the computer of the mind. The lesson is simple. You have received the information. Now act on it. Take control of the input, and you shall become master of the output. Chairman Shen Jiyang, SS on Mind and Matter.
I'd be okay with that physical output. I mean, I'd rather have hair, but yeah. Okay, the virtual world. The network nodes act as hologram theaters, so we're just going to have much happier population. We're now going to see the cascade. So the university is now going to go for the merchant exchange, as are the peacekeepers. We're not going to probably be able to do a huge amount with power grid, so yeah, just get sea colony pods for now. You've got a set of workers. You should now be going for colony pods. Depending on that island we see above, if it's nice, we might want to try and get a transport over there with some colony pods of our own. We'll have to see. I'm not going to commit to it yet. But we shall see. What we do want to do, though, is start proactively building a road.
Terraform complete.
This tile is rocky, so we can't build anything hugely useful on it, but we're going to do our first level terraforming. So terraform level will turn rocky to rolling.
Turn complete.
This looks like it might be a reasonably sized island, but there's some very good sea colony pod locations to go here. I mean, what we could even do, this seems really weird. This is too wide. We could intentionally decrease the width of this and then put a city here. That way we can skip going through this area with our naval units. So, because of the cascade, the university's built the merchant exchange, so we are not going to be able to build that. That means we don't get the cutscene either. So, human behavior is economic behavior. The particulars may vary, but competition for limited resources remains a constant. Need, as well as greed, has followed us to the stars, and the rewards of wealth still await those wise enough to recognize this deep thrumming of our common pulse. CEO Nwabudike Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
Enemy
So now,
project initiated.
we're going to get the reverse effect. You see everyone's going for the
New
command
order
nexus,
needed.
which we were so close to the merchant exchange, that sucks. But it's okay. We don't have a secret project to switch to. So what we will have to do is just pick something and eat a lot of production. It's just the nature of the beast. What do we probably want the most is... What's super critical? You're a land base. I think what we do is we get our energy base here. I'll get a children's creche energy base. And then we're just going to get a couple of colony pods. And then we're going to have to switch that. Yeah, you see we lose... well, it's a nice but not nice number of minerals. It sucks. But what are you going to do? So that's the huge loss. We can do this and lose less. Or do this and lose less. That makes sense. The energy bank, at least, is more expensive by default. Built a colony pod. We still have the ability to grow before we get another pod, so that's fine.
Complete.
Network node is built in drilling grounds. We can get sea formers made on these coastal bases too, but I don't want to rush that. I'd rather get another actual colony pod out. Impact rover is built. So we're going to move these around and then assign them to their separate cities so we don't have to eat all the production penalty in workers' paradise. Now that we know what's here, we're going to try and throw a sea colony pod out here. If we put a land one here and then say Miriam settles a colony pod out at sea here, the sea pod will take precedence over the land pod. But we do need to remember that. But we should put something down on this coastline. The question really is just where do we put it? Because we can't put it there because it's rocky. I'm tempted to put it here. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just have to move around the helicopter that's just stuck there. Again, it shouldn't be able to do that, but the AI lives by its own rules. Was that a mind worm there? No? Okay, no, it just flicked into a weird position. Okay, there's a pod there. We'll touch it next turn.
Production complete.
Sea colony pod, excellent. Build me another one, please, maybe? No, get an energy bank. We do need money.
Life is merely an orderly decay of energy states, and survival requires the continual discovery of new energy to pump into the system. He who controls the sources of energy controls the means of survival. CEO Nwabudike Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
Hope you like Morgan, because he's probably got the best quotes overall in the game, and you're going to hear a lot of him later on. You've got an energy bank.
Complete.
You've got your Sentinel. You should get a sensor. And you're going to hopefully not get wrecked by wildlife. Finally getting some forests in here, so we are making some progress on these poor colonies that don't really have anything. But they still don't have a huge amount going on. Some good tiles up here, though. We can't use them in this city, but we are generating some good tiles around the volcano. They're not all going to be winners, but there's some pretty good ones. But it's because of the leveling again. So this tile, for example, it's 1, 2, 1. It's great, but the rocky ones can't do anything with them. But we can terraform level them. We just don't want to prioritize that because that's a lot more turns. There's her transport again. It hasn't dropped anything off by the looks of it, which is interesting. We have to keep an eye on it because you could drop them on us at any time. And you'd be like, oh, they won't do that. Yeah, they will. 100% they will. The AI is not afraid to do a backstabbing maneuver in this game, that is for sure. But you can support from here and sit in place. You're just going to sit there.
Pod recovered.
Tidal wave.
Indigenous life forms.
Ooh, Isle of the Deep somewhere near us that we can't see, which is even worse. So the Isle of the Deep, it's a transport unit for mine worms. It can attack you, and they're still pretty strong. The problem with them is that, yeah, in this case, I couldn't even see it. Luckily, we did defeat it, and so therefore all the mine worms and it drowned. But we're going to have to get that back to base because this game does do something that new games do not do, and I think it's really smart. Heavily damaged units have reduced movement, which makes sense. It's struggling to survive. I just wish it was a little bit more obvious when this was the case. But that's just me. It could also just be because I am a dum-dum. You stay in place. So yeah, now we only have 2 movement. So we're going to try and struggle back the hammer and tongs. You don't have to repair it at the same city you made it in. It's not that neurotic. But yeah, we still have to go back and get that repaired. Not mean to move that way, but it's fine. And you're also going to farm Solar Road.
Turn complete.
Our landmass is getting a bit more green. Oh, that's so good. We wish we could build the command nexus, but we just don't even have the tech for it, so we're not even in that game.
Terraform complete.
Yeah, we're making some progress. That's it. We want to see a lot of dark green. That's the sign that we're doing things the way we need to do them. Just gonna probably put a forest up there as well. Move you across. You're going to stay in place because you're going to follow it. You're going to build a forest. You're still trying to make it back. You need a farm Solar Road, please, buddy.
Complete.
That's pretty much what the Sunny Mesa and the there's a crater out there too. It's pretty much just everything becomes farm Solar Road. You'd think I would remember the shortcut by now, but I'm a point and click guy. I'm not a memorize all the vocabulary and vernacular. Solar flares on Alpha Prime. All bases produce triple energy next turn. Cool. As you can see, we have the random events on. The University base built the command nexus. Information, the first principle of warfare, must form the foundation of all your efforts. Know, of course, thine enemy, but in knowing him, do not forget above all to know thyself. Commander who embraces this totality of battle shall win even with the inferior force. Santiago's Spartan Battle Manual. We didn't have the choice of building. We don't have the tech.
Initiated.
That's the one I would wish we could get. I wish we could get the Citizens Defense Force.
Observe the racer beak as it tends so carefully to the fungal blooms. Just the right bit from the yellow, then a swatch from the pink. Follow the glow mites as they gather and organize the fallen spores. What higher order guides their work? Mark my words, someone or something is managing the ecology of this planet. Lady Deidre Sky, Planet Dreams.
This tech is usually like one of my favorites. It's far less important because we're Domai and we don't have the ability to go green. But there's a lot of other things in here that are very helpful. Building mine worms is not that. I mean, you can, but that's not what I'm here for. Great building, the biology lab. It only costs 1 energy a turn, but it gives you +2 science. That's a great trade. But the empath guild is the real piece. Allows you to contact any leader and gives you an infiltrator in every faction, so you can see everything they're doing. The 50% votes is also very helpful, and really, the only faction you don't want to have this is Lal, because he already gets a 100% bonus, so that stacks. So we will definitely be trying to build the Empath Guild somewhere. We have another interlude from the Book of Planet. Reporting, Foreman. The young functionary stands stiffly at attention. Born in the early years of planetfall, she belongs to a generation which knows Earth only as a distant legend. Maxwell, I have a special assignment for you, you say, fixing her with an intense stare. These samples must be taken to Dr. Irwin at Workers' Paradise. See to it personally. It is really cool that it personalizes these stories based on who you are and what, colonies you have. You hand her a lead-lined security case. Crypto-pack, or Cryopack? It's a cryopack. You can read. The cryopack inside contains the stuff of nightmares. Mindworm specimens. Maybe I couldn't say it because I was so terrified of the mindworms, huh? Viable specimens, captured and preserved at the cost of untold lives. Irwin's team has studied the recent mindworm upsurge and claims that the worm boils act as a sort of regulator for planet's ecology. Human settlement is disrupting the native ecosystem, and the mindworms are swarming like a kind of ecological antibody. You think it's because we've been building forests everywhere? just thinking about it. Irwin has also reached an even more ominous conclusion. With modern biology lab facilities, mindworms could be bred in captivity and used as horrifying weapons against other human factions. Again, laying in the benefit of the biology lab building, so nice integration. At once, Foreman, Maxwell says, stepping backwards into the access way. Efficient, competent, and far better disciplined than the youths of the 21st century Earth you left behind, Maxwell has grown up in a world fraught with very real dangers. Terrifying dangers, once the exclusive province of the same manner of legends and tales to which Earth itself is now consigned. This game also likes to donk on the Gen Z and Gen Alpha, I guess. Understandable, No, I'm not like that. Research priorities, we probably want to change this a little bit. We still want to do explore. But now you may notice we are not even able to build some of the secret projects that others are running into. So we can either go discovery or build or both. I want to go discovery because there's a very specific secret project I would really like to build, and it's unlikely that we'll get it, but I'd like to. We built a second impact rover. I'm going to say that's enough for now. You are going to... you're not going to go impact guild. You are going to go impact foil, though.
Production complete.
We need to see what's going on. You're going to build another colony pod. Where do we want to start? So do we want to plonk one up here first? There's nothing really going on there, so that's not a huge priority. I think we want to start turning the corner first.
Complete.
Our automated former for roads can't build any more roads, which I am okay with. With Solar 6, I feel like that's a typo. I don't think that's correct. Let's just test that out. Just for sake of argument. You've made it back, so go heal up. Where does the former need to prioritize next? Because, yeah, we're getting some forest spread here, which is great. I think we want to develop our capital some more, because it really hasn't been developed that much. It's just had a lot of food. Just inherently.
Complete.
I'm not moving this anywhere yet, because I don't know what the Isle of the Deep's going to do. Yeah, we're going to wait in our city.
Complete indigenous life.
Yeah, so there they go. So the Isle of the Deep has dumped these off, which is another reason why we want to have naval units out and about. So we've got recycling tanks built, that's fine. Come with me.
Complete.
You're going to get a forest there as well. Okay, in our own capital, what do we want to do? You can't get any more than 2 right now, but I still think we want to farm Solar Road ahead of time. Still need to repair. Get that colony down, so it's Guild House. Roadhouse. Recycling tanks, children's creche. We still don't have any of the techs that even build walls yet, which is pretty scary. But we have to deal with So you're disciplined and hardened. You're hardened, so let's go for you first. Only 5-3 odds. It's not amazing. We absolutely mashed them, and because we took one of them out, we took both stacks out. You can now come out and get upgraded, so you're a veteran, so that is excellent. Guess what? Farm Zola Road. Who would have seen that coming? That's a glitch. I told you, there can sometimes be some weird graphical glitches with the PRACX that we have going on, but that was funny. We're doing the thing you really don't want to do. We're essentially scouting with a colony pod, but what are we going to do? Oh, hello! I wonder if she's looking to attack me. Because that seems to be a lot of naval units out of nowhere. Very interesting.
Production complete.
Would she go for me now? We're potent. She's miles behind. The university's still in the lead. We technically have the strongest military according to the game, so I'd be a little surprised if she went for us. I mean, it wouldn't be unheard of, but I'd be surprised if now's the time she pulls the trigger on us. This might be a farm mine road situation. Let's get one down. You're still healing. We're going to get you to build a road out here, please.
Terraform complete.
She might, so I'm going to go back in to our city just in case. Now, these are naval units, so she can bombard us, but she can't attack us. Still, I don't like what I'm seeing here, so we'll see what happens. Maybe she's just combining because of the threat of the mind worms. The Isle of the Deep, maybe. Hard to say. All of that terrain is garbage, so I'm probably going to settle. Do I want to go one tile north? Again, I'll have some overlap, but I think this is the tile to settle. Chain link break. Sure. You're going to go for a children's creche straight away. And then we'll go for a C-former, I think.
Turn
Okay,
complete.
well, I'm going to leave it as that bombshell, because we don't know if she's going to attack us or not. I would hope not, but you never know. It is the AI in Alpha Centauri Alien Crossfire. It's incredibly aggressive. Let me know down in the comments below, do you think she's going to attack us next turn? I'm not even going to check. I'm going to save the game and go do something for a bit. So if you did like the video, do appreciate if you like it. Subscribe to the channel. We're still a diddly channel, so all that algorithm stuff is very helpful. And hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.